Hello and welcome everybody, I'm OnProud Bavarian and you might know me from my Grand Strategy channel here on YouTube. I'm collaborating with Paradox Interactive to bring you a series of tutorial videos about Crusader Kings 3. Previously we talked about keeping your realm together, and today we shall check out how you can use schemes to help yourself to more power and maybe even make some enemies and friends along the way. Alfred II has led an interesting life in the shadows that we shall explore. I'll be telling you about hostile schemes, personal schemes, and secrets. Let's start out by talking about hostile schemes. Hostile schemes always begin with finding the soon-to-be victim of your plot and choosing the goal of your scheme. The murder scheme is open to anyone, whereas other hostile schemes require you to have invested into a few lifestyle perks. No matter what type of scheme you choose, it is important to understand how you can see them through. The success chance describes the likelihood of your scheme having a favorable outcome, whereas your secrecy is the chance of you remaining hidden on the day you execute your plans, whether it ends in failure or success. Before failure or success even become a topic, however, scheme progress is the name of the game. There's a chance every month for your scheme to progress that is calculated by comparing the target's ability to defend themselves and your ability to lurk in the shadows. While your personal skills and perks play a big role in this, another factor are agents. Agents are characters close to your target, and the closer they are, the better it is for your scheme, since they are assisting with your plans. Some people will aid you because they dislike your target, while others might like your coin, or simply have no choice, seeing as you have a hook on them. Your agents can be discovered during the planning phase, lowering your scheme's chances and informing your target that there is a nefarious plot against them. Besides the natural progress, you will occasionally receive events that could allow you to influence the scheme even further. Once your plan is finalized, you can either attempt to execute it, or wait for a better opportunity, resetting your scheme progress. Just remember, once you give the word, there is no going back anymore. And of course, at any given time, somebody could be plotting against you as well. Your spy master, as long as you can trust them, is very useful in either supporting your schemes or unmasking those of others. Not all scheming has to be done with the goal of harming your target. Let's talk about personal schemes. Personal schemes are mostly aimed at influencing other characters and their opinion of you. This ranges from swaying someone or becoming their friend, all the way to becoming their lover or even soulmate. Since this topic is all about forming personal relationships, most personal schemes do not utilize any agents, but rely on the compatibility of yourself and the scheme target to determine the scheme's success chance. This means that a character that despises the very core of your personality is extraordinarily unlikely to turn into your lover, no matter how hard you try. Still, you can attempt it and possibly even succeed. The events that you receive while your scheme progresses require you to develop a feeling for who your target truly is, as their character will decide which options are the correct ones. While creating friendship and love sounds quite positive, even personal schemes have a dark side to them. Seducing a married woman, for example, will result in an affair. Such an affair could quickly become a court scandal if it were to be revealed. Society's views on, for example, adultery are determined by the faith you follow. Catholicism, for example, shuns adulterous men while declaring adulterous women outright criminals. Different faiths have different opinions. Make sure that your escapades either stay secret or are accepted in the eyes of your faith. This brings us directly to the last topic of this video: secrets. Any activity that can generally be viewed as embarrassing or immoral in the eyes of your religious or worldly order could tarnish your reputation. If you were to murder someone and get caught, people would rightfully view you as a horrible person, deserving of imprisonment or worse. If nobody were to catch you, however, you would instead now have a secret. You can order your spy master to search for secrets in your own court or in the courts of others in an attempt to gain knowledge on things that you can use in your favor. If you learn a character's secret, you can either choose to expose it, lowering their standing in the world, or try to blackmail them in exchange for a hook that will allow you to force them into certain actions. Depending on the severity of their secret, the hook would either be a weak hook that you can only use once, or a strong hook that can be reused and even allows you to force your target into horrible situations, such as assisting you in a murder plot. It is important to note that not all knowledge of secrets comes from your spy master's activities. Alfred, for example, is one of the vilest sorts of men there is. He is a cannibal. During a feast with his vassals, he notices that Countess Elignon enjoys the hearty dishes just as much as he does. In the wake of this feast, both now know of each other's cannibalism secrets. There are many opportunities to naturally form relationships with others or learn about their secrets, although you can of course also seek these developments out on purpose. Just know this: you're not the only one that is attempting to learn more about others, and if anybody learns about your secrets, they could be using them against you. And this is it for today's topic. The next video will explain everything you need to know about managing your vessels. Remember to subscribe to this channel so that you don't miss out on any CK3 news. For now, later, alligator.